At a forum this weekend at the New Hampshire Institute of Politics, Republican presidential candidate Rick Santorum laid out his economic and social ideas.
I eliminate the corporate tax on manufacturers and processors.
Just changing the tax code, just changing the regulatory environment isn't going to help. There are serious problems with respect to the economy, with respect to family structure. You create private sector jobs by giving the right atmosphere for the private sector to be successful. Americans don't want someone to manage Washington. They want someone to fundamentally change Washington. It's all about income mobility. But if one of my kids wants to go and be an auto mechanic, good for him. That's a good paying job. I support a minimum wage as a minimum wage, not as a way to move up wage scales.
But Santorum faces an uphill battle here in New Hampshire. He has dropped to 5th place among likely voters, according to the latest Suffolk University 7 News tracking poll. Where Santorum depended on evangelical Christians for support in Iowa, he can't here. One of his biggest obstacles here may be families like the Longs. Eating breakfast at Manchester's iconic Shave as Shown Sunday morning, they, like Santorum, are Catholic. But the similarities end there.
We're totally on different ends of the spectrum there. You know, I believe that love is love. I believe that, gay, straight should be legally married. So I can't even fathom what he thinks. We're just I can't reconcile it.
Some blue-collar workers in the live free or die state seem perplexed by Santorum's Iowa showing.
I watched that. I was really watching it hard, and I just can't figure it out. How he moved as fast and hard as he did.
Down the street at one of New Hampshire's largest Catholic churches, St. Marie, one conservative Catholic felt Santorum wasn't conservative enough and is voting for Newt Gingrich.
He's the only one that actually signed an agreement saying that he wouldn't allow tax money to go towards killing unborn children.
This Catholic parishioner likes Rick Santorum, but not enough to vote for him.
I like Rick Santorum a lot. I just don't think that he's the candidate who would be able to be most effective under the current conditions in Washington.
The pastor, even at St. Marie, hasn't committed to a GOP candidate either.
So I'm waiting for that kind of charisma to be seen, among the Republican candidates. It would be nice because I haven't really seen that yet.
Beyond Santorum, in Manchester, a common complaint is that it doesn't really matter what the candidates tell them. New Hampshire may be the first primary in the nation, but it's also a political stage.
And as far as any of the politicians are concerned, they all have advisors. No matter what they say now, they'll change, just like President Obama did.
At the end of it, they don't come out what they're telling us here in New Hampshire.
In Manchester, New Hampshire, I'm Andy Jordan for the Wall Street Journal.